Hello again, lockpicking Paul here. And what I've got tonight is not your average NAF 3-wheel combo lock. This is a little bit different, and it's got a party trick. There's a couple of interesting bits and pieces around this lock. It's really well made, very, very good tolerances. You can't get anything between these wheels. Can't get a decoder blade or a notch decoder between those. I have managed to get a gutting shim between them, but there's nothing to feel for. You can get a pin down the reset hole here, but the wheels are shielded, so you can't slip it through the wheels to line up the numbers. So that doesn't work. So it's a little bit of an enigma. It's got false gates as well. So shackle pull doesn't work. That will find a false gate, but it won't open the lock. You've got to do it a different way. And I have found a way to do it. But first, a little bit more about the lock. This is made, I think, exclusively for either schools and or gyms. If you go to their website, they make a big deal about the fact that they only sell them in batches of minimum of 20. And you don't get a master key. This is a lock with an override. It has the world's smallest keyway. There's a 4-pin tumbler lock in there. And that's independent of the wheel mechanism. That does not actuate the shackle. It does something else. And I'll show you that in a bit. You don't get a master key with it. You have to buy 100 units before they will give you the master key. I mean, they really do make a big deal about it on the website. Everything's in red capital letters. You have to the minimum order size, whether or not you get the master key, and they will only sell it to businesses, schools, and the public sector, which slightly awkward when I went looking. I wanted the 4-wheel version. This is the 3-wheel version. It's the C30MKR one. I actually wanted, like I said, I wanted the 4-wheel version. I did find this on eBay, and someone was selling these individually for a bargain, actually, because the per unit price of these is, I think, somewhere in the region of £10 plus that per unit with a minimum order size of 20. So not very accessible. And you know what? It's a great little lock. So first things first, let's get the let's do a decode and work out how to get this open using the combination, and then we'll pick the lock and then see what it does. So to set a code on here, you push the shackle in, turn it around like that. And I'm going to turn this out of the view of the camera so I don't see what I'm doing. I can see that the flats of the wheels, so line up, because I don't want to set it up so it's wrong. So that's lined up, that's lined up. I think that's all lined up. And then you push this around like that, push it down and turn those. Right, so I don't know what that code is. So now the way I mean, it's really difficult. Shackle pull, like I said, didn't work. Or not to a point. It gets you some way of the way there, but not all of the way there. So first things first, let's get this zoomed in. Right, so pull on the shackle. And this one binds, the first wheel binds first. So I will work on that. What I'm looking for is a gate. Doesn't need to be a false gate. There you go. That's in a gate. And what I'm looking to do here is how much play is in that first wheel. If I've got quite a lot of play, both up and down, then I think I'm probably in a true gate. If a false gate will kind of only go in one direction, or it doesn't move very much. But if you've got plenty of movement, then it might be a true gate. Right, push the shackle in, start to work on the second wheel. See, if I compare the movement between the first and the second wheel, I don't think there's enough in that second one. It's not precise. You sometimes have to go backwards and forwards with these a little bit, but I'm not sure about the second one. But it's in A gate. So I'm going to leave it there for now. We may come back to the second one in a minute. Try the third one. And it does lock up. Occasionally you have to sort of push the shackle in and then turn the wheel one notch. Right, so that is definitely not in a true gate. It's just not moving enough. Not sure about that one. That could be real. No, maybe not. There's a lot more movement there. That's kind of more obvious. So I think it's the second wheel. It's not set right. It gets slightly tricky. You've got to make sure you don't move the other wheels off. See, now that is. Can you do that one? I think that was a gate, you know. It's definitely not that one. And just a lot of movement there. Gonna go back to the third wheel again. Right. There you go. So the actual combination, it took a bit longer than I thought it would, but those false gates are a bit fiddly. So the code was what? 979. Okay, so let's shut that again, spin the wheels. Let's say someone's handed the padlock into the facilities team and said, I've forgotten my code. How do we solve this? Right, so what they would do is they'd get the master key and then pick it open. Or they'd unlock it. But we don't have a master key. Hang on, get it set up right. There you go, like that. And I want to make sure this is, I don't want to trap the wheels on this, but let's open it and I'll show you. Right, now the other problem with that keyway, let me show you this keyway, because this is, it really is the tiniest keyway I have ever picked. So this is an 1100 series padlock next to it. That is tiny. Absolutely tiny. So getting that tension and the picking there is actually not easy. So what I found to tension it was this. Yep, it's the spare tip from my disc detainer pick. So let's try and get this in here. And this is a sprung core. There's a bit of movement on it. Right. Oh, come on, stay in there. Like I said, it's fiddly. I want to make sure this is in focus. And just the sheer size of this, the size of this makes this hard. I'm going to lose that. That was going to lost that. Blast. Right, okay, let's try again. So much easier to pick this off camera. Bloody hell. Right. Let's try again. Better angle this time, perhaps. Bottom. Right, come on. Well, if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it? It's not actually hard to pick, but it's just bloody hard to tension. This, I've never had this much trouble. Never, I promise you. Promise you don't want to put too much tension on this. A, it bends the pick tip, and B, it binds the pins so tightly they won't set. There really is very little room to play with in here. There you go, done it. Right, so I'm going to move my finger out of the way. You see that? How cool is that? So what it does is you'll notice the shackle hasn't come out. That shackle is still in, but it just allows it to swing free. And the machining on this joint is so good, you can barely tell it's there. When I first took this out of a packet, I thought, oh no, I've been done. It's missing. This doesn't have a removable of a bit that slides out the side because the join was so fine. So yeah, I'm chuffed to bits with that. It's quite unusual. And for full knowledge of interest, it's actually the first combo lock I've done with false gates. So I'm pleased with that. So yeah, nothing terribly hard here, but something new for me and something a little unusual. I did scour YouTube to see if this padlock came up, and I couldn't find it. Not that anyone had picked it, rather. I think I saw the informational video, but not a picking video. So anyway, quite different. Not hard, but unusual. That's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. Good luck with your picking. Cheers.